Look what I found, it's Sinky.
Hello.
Sinky, long time no see.
It's been ages, isn't it?
We wonder what happened to you.
Change of manager and everything.
No more Claude Puel. It's all Brendan Rodgers, here we go.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good start for him as well, isn't it? And, when you get a change of manager, you do get an instant reaction, but I think everybody's been pleased with the reaction. Certainly Vardy seems happier.
Much happier.
And Morgan scoring goals. What's that about?
Morgan's on 2 goals in 2 games. Somebody made me laugh, John. They said Morgan's after Vardy's record of 11 consecutive goals in games. What do you reckon? What's the chances?
No chance.
We've had 5,000 to 1. I wonder what the odds are on Wes Morgan getting 11 on the trot.
I don't think so. But all the talk about Yuri Tillemans, and there's a feature on him on the Leicester City website at the moment, and you can't say enough good things about him.
Turn around, show the shirt.
Yeah, sure.
Tillemans on there. Now we're giving that shirt away free. Thanks, Baz is watching, Daniel Harrison is watching. If you can like and share the video, get your comments in. We're going to read fans' comments out.
Yes.
And this shirt is going on a competition. We're not giving it away today. We have got some Riders tickets if you want to win them for tonight's match that I've got spare. So if anybody wants tickets to go and watch the Leicester Riders tonight, put in the comments Riders tickets, please. Sorry, John, you were saying Tillemans.
Yeah, I mean, he's made a real impression, hasn't he? He can thread the ball through a needle, a hole in a needle, if you like. Very impressive, and the team are just playing pretty well, as you would like. And new players coming in. Obviously, where we finish in the league is kind of a bonus now. Teams like Wolves are doing well, and people are talking about 7th. But I think if we finish in the top 10, I think I said that at the beginning of the season, that would be a pretty good season. Whether we can actually push for Europa League, I don't really know, but I think at the moment it's about kind of keeping going, see what happens. We've got the likes of Man City and Chelsea, Huddersfield of course this weekend. I've got a bit of a soft spot for them because my first ever radio job was covering Huddersfield in their old ground. We're talking back in the early 90s.
Back in black and white times.
Yeah. Well, I think an Irish manager, I forget his name at the time, and Peter Drury took over from me, commentating on them for BBC in Leeds. So I was really pleased when they got promoted, but it's not gone well for them, has it? Not scoring enough goals.
They've sort of gone with a whimper. If you want to get your questions into Sinky, just put them in there.
What does that say?
Well, Daniel's saying he's going to watch Loughborough Dynamo. I am bleating on about Loughborough Dynamo.
You did a feature the other day, didn't you? Yeah.
I'm trying. Well, they're my local non-league club,
yes.
And they're trying to go into the football league. So
I'm trying
to help them do it.
I'm from Loughborough, so I'm on their side anyway.
So yeah, if you're not going to the Leicester match tomorrow, it's free to go and watch Dynamo tomorrow. So if you get a voucher out the paper, anyway, we're talking football. That was Daniel saying that. Mark Dyson is going 2-1. Mark Stanley is saying he'd like the Riders tickets. Mark, that's fine. You're in that. We'll go back and pick somebody. Jacob Bray is saying Rodgers out, Puel in.
What?
I think Jacob's been down the pub earlier. Samantha Clifford, hello. What do you reckon? Anthony Lindo is saying Phil and Sinky, how are you, mate? Come on, Leicester. I really think of goals against Huddersfield 0-4 to Leicester. Well, fans are thinking a big game, John, tomorrow. Big win. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, these teams that are struggling, they still want to make an impression on the players because they're probably thinking that they've been down and out because they know they're relegated. And they can play with a bit of freedom, I guess. So I always worry slightly about games like that, but I think Leicester will win it. As to how many goals, it's hard to say, because Huddersfield are struggling to score, aren't they?
Sometimes teams relax, don't they?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And the players know that they're perhaps playing for a move.
Yes,
that's
exactly what I'm saying, because they're playing to see what might happen for next season, because obviously getting relegated is bad news all around, as we've seen here before. Teams
like Leicester will definitely be snooping around places. Teams like Huddersfield and Fulham are relegated. Mitrovic springs to my mind at Fulham. Had a good game down here, John, against us, or a relatively good game. I would definitely, I don't know what the people there watching are, but Mitrovic would be on my radar for Leicester. So this could be a worry for a Huddersfield game tomorrow, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. I guess once you are relegated, people take an extra interest in the players that are there and potential. And players are playing for their future, aren't they? So, but I think the way Leicester are playing at the moment, I don't think it should be too much trouble to get a victory there. And then move on to the next game, which is Newcastle at home, isn't it, next week?
I'm going to ask John in a second what he thinks about the centre-back situation at Leicester, because Harry Maguire can obviously play tomorrow. So get your views in. Who do you think should start at the centre-backs tomorrow? Would you put Maguire back in there? Would you let Morgan carry on? He scored 2 goals in 2 games and played very well. So I'm going to ask John that in a second. Jacob Bray saying 3-1 to Leicester with Vardy, Maddison and Tielemans scoring. Bas Short has asked exactly that question about Maguire and Morgan. So we're going to come on to that. Samantha Clifford is saying, hi Sinky, 4-1 to Leicester. Loads of confidence in the team, which is good to see. Jacob saying Maguire and Morgan, dropping Evans there. Paul is saying get Maguire, get back in.
Play 3 centre-backs to get rid of the problem.
Play 3 centre-backs. Phil Simpson saying don't want us in Europe this season. Right, I'm going to ask Sinky about that next. Do we want Europe or not? Lee Clark is saying keep the same team, concede 4 goals at least tomorrow. Sinky, what? Morgan's come in and done ever so well.
Yeah, he's
scored. That marvellous back heel, which he totally meant.
Yeah, of course he did. I don't know. You see, I'm a bit of a Maguire fan. I'm not. I think the manager's got to make that decision. Morgan or Maguire. I don't think it really matters too much. But I would think that Maguire will get his place back.
Harry's just had a kid, hasn't he? A little baby this week. For me, I'd let him have the weekend off.
Well, you could. But you could look at a team like Huddersfield down at the bottom. Morgan's had a couple of goals, let him play on. And Maguire might well say, yeah, fine. It's the manager's decision. I think at the moment, I don't think people will object either way. But if it were me, I'd probably go for Maguire.
I'm going to read out a few of the comments here. Kevin Parry is saying, I hope Harvey Barnes scores tomorrow.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yeah, I think what everybody thinks when he gets one, John, he'll get a hatful.
Yeah, he needs to start, doesn't he?
Callum's saying, if the players think they're going to walk it, they're going to struggle tomorrow. But
I think there's a danger there. It's what I was saying earlier. Teams, once they know they're down, they can play with freedom. Yeah, but Leicester should be too good for them.
Callum also says he doesn't think Rodgers will allow them to.
No, well, that's his job.
That's what he gets paid a few quid for.
Indeed.
But Callum, you're right there. Paul Garner saying, I'd like to see some changes in midfield. Would love to see Tielemans and Chowdhury play together. Chowdhury's not featured at all, and he was coming through.
Yeah, he was. He's got a real pace as well, hasn't he? I remember one game some time ago where he was tracking back and caught the player up. He's a good prospect, but is it an opportunity to try those different sort of things?
Be.
I mean,
Ndidi played ever so well last week.
Well, he's up for Player of the Month. Him and Vardy are up there. They've been put in the frame for that. And it's difficult to leave Ndidi out, isn't it, I think, at the moment. But there's, again, decisions for the manager. And good to have those sort of choices as well.
Jacob Bray saying 3 centre-backs we played at Watford away and it didn't work.
I was probably not really meaning 3 centre-backs.
Well, you never know, do you? Now, somebody asked, I forget who put it in the comments earlier, so apologies, but somebody said, it was Phil Simpson said, not sure we want to finish 7th and get a European spot, Sinky.
Look what happened to Burnley. Hey, look what happened to Burnley.
Yeah, I don't think Burnley have got the squad.
Well, maybe not. I've got mixed feelings about it. Okay, if we did, we did. At the moment, I'm not really sure it's going to happen anyway, because I think that the way Wolves are going, and they're playing really well, aren't they, that they might pinch that. But I suppose if it did happen, I wouldn't mind, but I'm a bit worried after what happened to Burnley last season, because they kind of and then look where they are now. They're struggling a little bit.
You fear that
it might have a knock-on effect. That's more worry.
I think Burnley were playing the early rounds of the Europa League in sort of almost the week after the World Cup finished last year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was kind of like the season never ended for them, didn't it? So I've got mixed feelings about it. I suppose if it happened, we'd have to go with it anyway. And it does bring a bit more, kudos to the club, doesn't it?
Well, while we're still doing this, don't forget, if you want the Leicester Riders tickets for tonight, I can give them away in this competition. Do you know what, John?
I haven't been down there.
Do you want to go tonight?
No, I've got to work early tomorrow, but it's the first season I've never been down. Because I used to cover them all the time.
John, we both go down there quite often. It's good fun down at the Riders. I've got a few tickets to give away, so thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis. Best get them in. They're the ones who've given me the tickets to give away. So thanks to them. But if you want the tickets, put Riders in. If you think it should be Morgan, Maguire, Evans, whoever at centre-back, put that in there. If you want to get Europe, put in there 7th. And I'm going to read out a few more comments here. Loads of people commenting, which is great. Timmy Mallet.
Goodness me, that goes
Not
back a
the
bit.
Timmy Mallet.
Yes, okay.
Same name, Timmy Mallet says, how can any Leicester fan not want European football? I totally agree with Timmy. I totally want European football. I don't care.
I didn't say I didn't want it. I just said I was a bit of a concern about what happened with Burnley last season. But we might be able to cope with it better.
I think this club is geared up for a bit of European football.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That is what we're absolutely ready to do.
I wouldn't say no.
Timmy Mallet says whack-a-day. That can't be the Timmy Mallet, can it?
No, it can't. No.
Mark Dyson is saying he'd like Riders tickets. That's great. Wiggo is watching. Can you just shout Wiggo to me? Like, do a Wiggo.
Wiggo.
That's just for you, Wiggo. He loves that. If he's not in McDonald's. Brian Marshall saying, long time no see, Sinky.
Yeah, well, that's your fault. The only invite I got was today. So
Sinky, you've been busy doing your radio.
So that's another thing, actually. Yeah,
you can tell them about it if you want.
Yeah,
is that on the hush?
Well, it's Carol. No, it's Carol on Wellbeing Radio launched in January. So I'm doing programs Monday to Friday, 10 in the morning. It's available on medium wave on 1486 medium wave and online carolonradio.com, and we've applied for a DAB license. So this is something that might well take off, and starting soon it'll be featuring your good self.
Yeah, hopefully a little bit on there.
And a bit Lee and whoever.
Chappie.
And
as soon as that goes on DAB, we'll be able to. It'll be much easier for everybody to listen.
Well, I think FM could be on the way out. My boss tells me sometime in the future.
We're all on digital now.
Yeah.
Pete Hides is watching. Pete, what do you reckon? Let's get a few score predictions going. First goal scorer, correct final score. You know we always give away the pizzas for that, so get those in.
That's a good idea.
Here's a question for you, and again, it involves you turning around and showing us your shirt.
There we go.
We're giving that shirt away. I'm going to put on the website a competition for that. I've just not got round to it yet. Daniel Harrison saying, we simply have to sign
Tillemans. Yeah, we do. Sooner the better, because what you don't want it to be hanging in the wind. Are we going to do it? Are we not going to do it? He seems very happy. The interview I saw on the website today suggests he's enjoying himself here. So if the player wants it, then that's got to be a good thing. And he seems to be enjoying his football here. So why would he want to go? What sort of money would we have to pay for him? Whatever we pay for him, it's worth it.
Especially if they like silver. Well,
that's it. You see. It's ready made.
Paul Spilling is saying 5-0 to Leicester, Vardy hat-trick, lol. Lol.
That would be nice.
Thank you, Paul, we'll take that. Justin Ross is saying no.
I'm going to go for Tillemans to score first now.
You should be in that shit. Justin Ross is keeping it much more real. He's saying no, not 5-0. It'd be just 4-0 with a Vardy hat-trick.
Yeah, Tillemans to score first, and then the Vardy hat-trick.
Very good. Although Phil Simpson is keeping us real. He's saying potential banana skin tomorrow, like we've talked about.
Hopefully not.
Jacob Bray is saying Barnes 3-1. It's exactly the score prediction
nice.
I've gone for.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Barnes 3-1. Score first. Yeah, don't mind any of that.
Brian Marshall is saying 2-0 with Vardy and Maddison. Daniel Harrison saying 1-3 Leicester, but not saying who to score first. Warren Meat is saying
still considering it.
3-0. He's still thinking. Yeah. Jordan Williams is saying prefer to finish 8th this year. And give it our all and knock Chelsea out of top 6 next year. I think that's a bit what you're saying, John, isn't it? Maybe not finishing 7th won't be the end of the world. I definitely fancy the fact, John, if we can keep all the players, if we can keep Maguire and Chilwell and Tielemans.
No reason why we can't.
Could we do top 6 next year?
Well, there's a feature in the Times today about this top 6 and the rest, and whether there might be. You've got teams in Europe who are winning the leagues every year and so on, and will they develop a new Super League? And that's been talked about before, of course. And would then teams like Leicester benefit from that? Or maybe you couldn't get into the Champions League if it already kind of existed in Europe. So there's been a lot of talk about that sort of thing. Hopefully none of that will kind of happen. But we've done it before. Could we do it again? Yeah, possibly. I think we could. But obviously, what we do in the summer could be key to that as well. But other teams have got, your Man Cities and now, and those bigger teams, can we really keep up with them? We've done it before, but that was when perhaps things went in our favour very much during the season. I'd like to think that Leicester could be a top 6 side though, because we've got the money here. We've got the new developments of the training ground.
That started, hasn't it?
Yeah, new training ground. We've got owners that want the club to develop. Hopefully this stadium will develop as well. We've talked about that before. So the potential is there, isn't it? We've got a manager now in that I think could suit all of that. Hopefully his ambitions are quite great. So let's hope that we can push in that direction. It may not happen next season. It may take a few seasons to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Paul Spilling is saying you'd like the Riders tickets. That's great. If you last few moments to have a go at the Riders ones, if you want, just put your name, just write Riders in the comments, and I'm going to pick a couple of people to win tickets. Kevin Parry is saying we can go the rest of the season unbeaten, which is a big shout considering the last 3
we've got
games.
Man City away, and
Chelsea.
we've got Chelsea. Well, actually, we could beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
Man City, I'm not so sure about, but hey, remember that 3-1?
Yeah, I do. What a... Oh.
I couldn't quite believe what I was watching.
That's got to be the best away Leicester game ever, hasn't it,
definitely.
John? Ben Deacon
I'd like to do that again.
Yeah, I'd like that. We all would. Next season. Ben Deacon is saying 3-1 Vardy to score the first goal. Sean Sterland is saying Riders tickets. Keith Goddard is saying Sinky's outdone you on the fashion collar today.
Yeah, well, actually, this is my work shirt because I had to cover it up because I've come from work, you see.
Before we went live, Sinky was messing around with that collar for about 5 minutes.
I didn't know what to do with it.
And he didn't know. It's a big choice. Do you go collar out, collar in? I tell you, it's quite nippy down here, isn't it, John?
It is, actually, yes.
So, you've been pulled up on your collar. Can you believe that? We're trying to do a live video and they're giving you grief about your fashion. Look, they were giving me a moan about my shirt as well in a minute. Jacob Bray's going fashion collar. You've started. They've started now. Give Sinky like some grief. Feel free. He's up for it, aren't you?
It's like the England manager suit job, isn't it?
Andy Medhurst is saying, looking forward to next season already.
Yeah. Enjoy this season first.
Yeah. Kevin Parry is saying Vardy to finish the season with more than Kane. That'd be nice. Timmy Mallet again is saying Eric Cantona. Try them at Eric. Look like this.
Oh yeah, thing up. Yeah. Hey,
is that better?
What a good player he was.
Is that better? John Squires says, "Man up, John."
Hey, what does that mean?
I love this. This live video's turned into.
What does that mean?
He means man up. You shouldn't need a shirt and a collar.
Oh yeah, okay.
He wants you to be like a Geordie fan. Just be out here bare. We wouldn't want to see.
Yeah. It's colder down here than you think.
Bare chested. Daniel Harrison saying, exciting times to be a Leicester fan, Sinky.
I think so. I think, under the last manager, there were, I don't know, just didn't feel right, did it, somehow? And then Brendan Rodgers coming in has made a difference, and I think everybody's a bit more confident about where we could go now. Like I said, ambitions for next season, maybe Europe this season, but the good feeling's back, which is good.
Absolutely. Right. Last couple of comments in here. Kate says Brendan Rodgers up for manager of the year and Vardy player of the month. Happy times. Jacob Bray is saying Tielemans and Callum Wilson is a must. Callum Wilson at Bournemouth, isn't he?
Yeah. Tielemans is definitely a target.
Timmy says he loves your collar up now.
Thank you.
Which is nice. Kate Vine saying I meant manager of the month. Yeah, I was going to say when you say manager of the season, I was like, yes, he's been in Scotland for most of that.
He's done all right, hasn't he?
Shane is saying 3-0 to Leicester with Vardy a double and Maddison to score. Right, I'm going to scroll back down and pick a couple of people. John Squires, if you want to inbox me, I'll sort you out a couple of Riders tickets. So that's John Squires. Inbox us via 100% LCFC and I'll sort you out those tickets.
Well, John.
And Wiggo.
Hey?
Gary Wigston. If you want a couple of tickets, Wiggo for tonight, inbox us and I'll sort those out for you. Not a problem at all. So that's the Riders tickets gone away.
Well done, you two.
This shirt, one last twirl, John. Come on. That shirt we're going to be giving away for free. It's still got colour. It's got John's sweat on it now.
No, it hasn't.
It just increased the value.
No, I've got a shirt underneath.
He has really, and it's still got the tags on.
That.
It fits, John. I think it's.
I want to keep it now.
It's nice actually.
It is, yeah.
I didn't like those shirts to start.
No, I'm actually.
But I actually really like them now.
I've got a new one.
Maybe John's going to win it. You'll have to enter the competition,
That's all right.
Which would be great. Last final couple. John Squires is saying thanks for the tickets. You're welcome, John. Anytime. Stuart Wells is saying he needs tickets. Sorry, Stuart, just giving them away to John Squires and Gary Wigston. Jacob saying, forget Callum Wilson, get Eric Cantona next to you up front. Kate says she'd like that shirt. Well, it'll be on the website later. And Phil Simpson as well. We'll get that shirt competition going. Well, they're not too bad. I think they're on half price in the shop, John. So
I might go and look after this.
Go and have one, yeah. Paul Spilling saying he fancies Chilwell to score a Fuchs special. So, just remind us your final score prediction for tomorrow, John.
I haven't thought about it yet. I'm going to go for...
It's like a drum roll at the end.
Sinky,
while he ponders.
I'm going to go for 4-1.
You were just saying everybody's got to... So you've been saying everybody's got to keep it real.
Well,
Huddersfield could be dangerous. And not, no, we'll win 4-1. It's a typical Leicester fan, John, isn't it?
And I'm going to go for... Tillemans to score first.
Tillemans to score
just because I've got the shirt on.
Excellent.
I ain't going to win, but hey.
Well, you never know. Win some pizzas, win the shirt, enter the competitions. I'm going to go for Harvey Barnes to score first and Leicester to win 3-1. You lot get all your score predictions in there. That'd be brilliant. And most of all, thanks, Sinky, for coming back and,
yeah,
give us a shout. Don't forget, listen to Sinky.
We'll have to do it again.
He's on that old medium wave thing at the moment.
It's medium wave and online. So it's medium wave 1476. So you can get it in your car, and you can get it when you and it's carolonradio.com online.
Okay.
It's like the Carillion they call it Carillon, you see, which confused me because
we all call it Carillion.
I know,
don't we?
But it's Carillon.
Carillon is how you should say it.
It's exactly the same thing. carolonradio.com. And then you'll be on it eventually.
So there's a Carillion in Loughborough, obviously. It's a big tall tower.
Yeah.
But everybody from Loughborough calls it the Carillion.
I know, but
it's not called that. It's a Carillon.
I know. Well,
we're losing people now, John.
I've lost myself, to be honest.
Anyway, keep it Leicester City and support the lads tomorrow. Have fun. If you're not going to the match and you do live in Loughborough, get down and support Loughborough Dynamo on the charge up to the Football League, where one day they might be down here playing Leicester. Then I'd have split loyalties. I wouldn't. I'd support Leicester. Shh, don't tell them that there, but it would be always Leicester. Anyway, thanks, Sinky.
No problem.
See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.